They laughed when we walked through fire, called it dead, called it done, liquidation flyer. But under the rust was a sharpened blade. We cut through noise, disciplined and unafraid. GameStop was bleeding, gutted, slow legacy retail. They said let it go, but we saw signal in the static storm. Trimmed the fat, then rebuilt the form. From dis to digits, from shrink wrap to chain, from junk stock joke to capital gain. Cut costs cold, every margin tight. RC said let's fix it right. You had to cut costs very aggressively. No bailout, no Wall Street cheat. Just clarity, chaos, and blistered feet. But still we stood, no hedge, no grace. Built our own engine in open space. YOLO, no map, no guide, just storm and tide. We made a move when the world said hide. Now truth and Bitcoin collide. YOLO, we don't borrow, we don't fold. Not sailor, not meta, not bought or sold. From meme to movement, brave and bold. Convictions, currency is gold. YOLO. Bitcoin has unique advantages. Gold's got mass, but Bitcoin's mind. Instant, portable, one of a kind. No armored trucks, no vault, no key. Just sovereign freedom, digitally. No trust required, no paper lies. Proof of work, where power flies. Store of value, try store of war. Against the system we can't ignore. Fixed apply, no printer's curse. When fiat fades, this coin comes first. It's asymmetric, it's scarce, it's math. That's why we stepped off the beaten path. Don't follow GameStop, make your own decisions independently. One chance, one ledger, one truth, not just a trade, it's a stand. When history asks who dare to believe, say your name, say it loud, say YOLO, YOLO. One spark, one plan, no luck, just a retail clan. Built a lean with the rebel's hand, now Bitcoin's in the GameStop. To the skeptics we heard it all, to the doubters we watched you fall. From a piece of crap to a signal call, now we stand and we won't stall. YOLO. We currently own 4710 Bitcoin. Exactly.
Financial advice. That's my boy from the other side of the pond, Trove. Hey guys, real quick, aura farming. Do you know what it means? Do you know what it's going on? Don't worry, I do it too. I do it too. But half of you guys don't know what I'm talking about right now. I'll get to you. See, here's what happens. There's some dudes that walk into the Discord. They come in like a lost sick puppy, and they're aura farming. What does that mean? They come in and their name is such and such trades. Father. We all have a father. Everyone does. God, Jesus Christ, and your very own. So let me tell you guys something. Aura farming would be, if you're going to aura farm, it would be something like wearing a red bandana when you're about to trade and go live and boom. Or me putting on my helmet because I'm the moon man and I'm walking on the moon. Aura farming. And or TMI wearing a mask and he's the masked investor. Aura farming. Or you putting on a hoodie, walking through a crowd, and just they're like, why the hell is he wearing a hoodie in the middle of summer? Just trying to get a reaction for what you do. It's what the kids do. I'm going to tell you something about trading and calling yourself a trader when you walk into the chat and not understanding what this show is. You know, the name of the show is Marantz Rantz. It's never... You know, Marantz trades, Marantz investments. It's none of that. It's just me. I'm still in the game. I'm still on the rise. Shout out to my boy Willie Bobo. If you guys see him in the chat, that's my pops. He's saying happy birthday to my Theo Yuli and my niece Allie. Allie, you know what? Awesome. Happy birthday to them on today's date. I'll have to call my uncle Yuli. I'll tell you a story about him in a minute. But my point being that when you walk into the Discord and you're here and you're around 1,200 other people. There's 1,000 people in the Discord. So when you type into the chat, you got to be very aware that everyone can read it. And when you post fake screenshots, it's discrediting. It's so misleading that we look at each other as investors and we say, why? Why are you here? Now listen, I know Matt brought him into the crew. I saw Matt. That's the Hosco. If you guys are not familiar, Hosco, BeTheHos.com. Love the website. But I knew the guy's name after I put it together. After Be The Hos said, oh, he's my buddy. I was like, oh, he's your buddy. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, there's a reason why I'm talking about this, okay? There's a whole reason why. Aura farming, right? That's what I call it. But can I show it to you? This is why we exist, and this is why we are the way we are. The people that watch the show. This is our Discord, guys. And in this Discord, we have a channel, hashtag GME. It's where we talk all things GameStop. The whole thing's here, okay? And I love the idea what Haas Company just said and posted. He posted that his company, the t-shirt company that they own and the clothing company, and they do a lot of things. If you have private label clothing and you want to buy custom t-shirts and hats and you want to go to this damn website, BeTheHos.com. Go there. Top quality clothing. I wear it all the time. You guys know that. You guys see it on me all the time. All the hats, all the clothes, all the shirts, all the pants, everything. But it's amazing quality. Well, here's the thing. They've backed their company's assets with the GameStop shares. You know how everyone's building a strategic reserve for Bitcoin to back their assets with Bitcoin? Well, this company called the Hosco, the Haas Company, they went ahead and backed their company with GameStop shares. So all the value that they've built up in this company, all the equity, all the profits have rolled over to GameStop shares. That tells you something about that company. It's a great way of doing business for me to you when I tell you this, because they believe in GameStop. They really do. A company with a long position in GME that will continue to add for the next 10 plus years. I definitely think this is a great idea. I really do. Here's the bad idea. The bad idea is bringing somebody like Father into the chat. Father, I heard we got GameStop fans here. That's what he wrote. This has all happened, guys. This all happened within the hour. Within the hour. Father of Lies have entered the chat. Right away, people start calling him out. They know what it is. He goes, what do you mean? Well, what do I post? I put this right here. I post this. This is brick by brick GameStop shares, right? And I just put on there brick by brick. He decides to post this morning. He decides to post his 3 calls, separate dates, 61 call contracts, $35 strike price, boom. I go, wait a minute. For next month. 23 calls, $30 strike price for next month. 9 calls for October at $35 strike price. Well, listen, there's a premium paid on all of this, but to have 92 calls in the bank, do you know how much that costs? We do. $20,000, $25,000, $30,000. Okay, so what are we promoting right now? Then he shows you he's green on every single position. So he writes in there, I have a brick. And I said, those are blanks. They're not bricks. And of course, he plays dumb. Exercising calls aren't blanks. Blah, blah, blah. And I tell him, one day you'll understand. He says, I understand now. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I asked him, what's the profit margin for GameStop? What's the gross profit margin? He has no idea. I play mechanics. Shares are for holding. Options are for trading. As we go on, I say, you're clueless. See ya, I'm out. What's wrong? What's going on? I don't understand. A friend told me it's a good community for GameStop. I gave him some colorful words. Your friend lied to you. I said, check in before you actually start printing out. So, of course, here's the friend. Father is my friend. We're just Haas Company. I like the Hosco. I really do. But I remember Father of Trades on Twitter. That's his name, Father of Trades. So as we go on, says, not sure where the aggression is coming from. Came here, I heard this great GameStop community, blah, 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 blah. Nothing. Kyoto doesn't let his foot off the gas. Kyoto says, why are you posting old trades? You guys understand what's happening here? To come into this community and to post a screenshot, here's the real current screenshot. Here's the real reason why we have this conversation. Because you're down $4,000 on calls, on gambling. Day trading is no different. Walking in and being a day trader and posting your trade as it being positive, which it is not. Trying to stir up the crowd of fundamentalists that we are. We're just here for fundamentals. We're just here for shares. But this is for trading. And what do you post? You now post a true position that you're down. Well, we know you're down. But you're a day trader. Day traders are making a bet off of earnings. That's what they're doing. Those are wasted dollars. 25,000 wasted dollars. It's down 4,000 right now. That you better hope spikes up by Monday, right? And what's going to happen? You're going to exercise. All of a sudden, you're going to buy, 93 calls comes out to what? 9,300 shares? That's what you're going to do? At $30 a piece? I'm not really good at math. But for every call contract, which is one, it's 100 shares. At $30 a piece, it's $3,000. So you're telling me that you're going to go ahead and exercise thousands and thousands, $270,000 of GameStop shares. That's what you're going to do. Because that's what you said. I call you a liar now, I'll call you a liar later. You're full of shit. That thing that comes out of you. Here, Father, you're on the show now. I told you should watch the channel more. You would learn something. Do you understand? You will never come in here and lie about your position and trying to get people. Oh, don't worry. It's all gone. All your bullshit's gone in a second, in a heartbeat. This is called protecting investors. No, it's not echo chambers. I don't play bullshit, kid. Back to the chat. Back to the channel. I woke up this way. Kid out here trying me out. Sorry, Kyoto. He's on Discord somewhere, or he's on Twitter somewhere. Father of Trades. Yeah, can't do it. That's what happens. What a lemon. Anyway, what the hell were you thinking? Wanted to have more fun with him. My bad, Kyoto. You have a pet rock? Do something. Bro, are you mad at me? You know who's mad? I got to tell you who's mad. Jamie Dimon. You guys know who Jamie Dimon is? So I did some DD back in the day. I did a DD about Mike Milken at the Milken Institute. You guys know who he is. Criminally charged, securities fraud, cannot trade, all this. But he's a billionaire because they have this think tank called the Milken Institute where they give out the playbook for private equity. How private equity manipulates investments and trades. And they do it really funny because what they do is they all do it in the disguise of, I'm doing what's best for the investor. I'm doing what's best for the company. And the truth is they're not. They're just cutting corners where they can to maximize profits now and exit the positions. If you saw what happened with Renato Trust and Stephen Roth and Toys R Us, Bain and Company and KKR, everybody went in there, took out the coffers. We're going to talk about Toys R Us today anyway. Don't worry. I'm on it. I'm on it today. And because, well, you guys are sitting there thinking, well, half of you guys are probably sitting there texting, like my dad just said. My dad said in the chat, yo, that game was crazy last night. What game? What are you talking about? I don't watch sports. I don't watch TV. I'm studying, bro. I'm sweating. I'm doing all this all night, so you don't have to. Planning to exercise calls just means you can afford the position you want now and you think you might in the future. Dollar cost average is king. Thank you, Doovie. Doovie hit it on the money. We know, bro. We know. I'm so bullish about the company. I'd put $250,000 in there on shares. The hell are we doing? Oh, this is going to give me more money to swing it again. They all say the same shit. More money to swing. Not go to work. Save your money. Don't leverage yourself. And invest what you can when you can. No. Hey, and the Discord, by the way, buy orders over 150 shares bought today. That's a great day. You know how many people buy 150 shares a day? Well, our little crew's been doing it for 4.5 years. 100 shares. Boom. Oh, you don't think so? You don't think there's 100 people that buy 1 share a day? Guys, you've been here 1,000 days. Do the math. It's over 100,000 shares. Couple of $1 million. Some of us do more than a share a day. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Only the ending was wild. Yeah, you have no problem selling the calls to gamblers like Father. I hear that too. I'm going to sell some covered calls. Mentats, you're making me sick. The more I see you, and the more you say this shit after 4 years, I just, Mentats, I deal with you. I deal with you. Yeah, thank you, Peter Few. Peter Few says, hey, Marantz, great day, great stock, great investment. Appreciate all you do. Cheerio. Yeah, cheerio, bro. I was talking about something. I was talking about Mike Milken. Mike Milken. So the DD I got wrong back in the day is Mike Milken had a relationship with a guy named David Solomon. David Solomon is the actual name of the CEO of Goldman Sachs. David M. Sullivan, is the CEO of Goldman Sachs. He also used to work at Drexel. But he is not the one that Mike Milken did the backdoor deal to. That was David A. Solomon. I got that one wrong. Different middle names. But Mike Milken, as if we may, he does his speaking engagement at Goldman the other night, and they rolled out the red carpet. You know, if you guys are not familiar with what all this means, is there's this thing. It's called on-cycle recruiting. On-cycle recruiting is where hedge funds and private equity, they recruit for their business, right? And they go to the Ivy Leagues. They go to investment banks, what they call investment banking analysts. Right? You can be an IBA, and you have this bank who's never going to make any money. And what I mean by making any money, I'll just give you guys an example. It's like a government job versus a private sector job. If you work in the military or the government of any kind, and you're a GS or you're an E class or you're an O class, you're going to make set amount of dollars. You know, a 4-star general probably makes $250,000 a year. Now, albeit they get their housing for free, they get transportation for free, security for free, they get all this stuff, right? They get the perks of the job, but their base pay is $250,000. Let a general step out of the actual government contracts, and privately, they're going to make millions, right? So in the investment world, it's the same way. In the investment world, you have everybody wants to go get a job at a consulting firm or a bank. That's what you do. This is how you start. You're coming out of school. I just graduated out of Wharton, Darden, and the Anderson Business School of UCLA, and I want to get a job. And you go to these firms. But you're going to banks first, right? Banks are going to hire you. You're going to be an IBA. And these banks, they have a program for you. And it takes 2 to 3 years for you to go through these programs before you actually get promoted and you're in another world in banking. But you're never going to make as much as you would if you were doing private equity. Private equity, that's like the top of the mountain. So on-cycle recruiting is something that private equity does, where they go to investment banks and they poach the top talent. Now, here's why this is an issue. Because the cycle is 1 year to 2 years before you actually come over to the investment bank. I mean, to the short hedge fund, and or in this case, a distressed credit hedge fund and or private equity, right? So before you actually get hired by them, this is how it happens. This is how it all goes down. The conflict of interest is this. Those same investment bank analysts will be doing trades and deals via private equity for the new company they're about to work for. So they go ahead and start making these deals, and hey, you don't think this is like paying recruits? I mean, it's like, I'm going to give you some cash to come on over to my school. It was frowned upon in the past, but now it's bought and paid for. But my whole point is this: they're cracking down on it. They're cracking down on it. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about and why I'm talking about it. So right here is Larry Chang, and this was posted by the Haas Company right now. And he said, nothing wrong with consulting, but there is more. You see, he knows what we know. If you're Boston Consulting Group, if you're McKinsey, if you're all of them, it doesn't matter who you might be, Ernst & Young, I don't care. All these consultants try to give you ideas, right? There's auditing firms. You guys know who they are. They're all out there, and they're all trying to get their names on the books. They can have something like on their resume, I used to work for so-and-so. It's a sad reality for decades that the Ivy Leagues have attracted super bright students from around the world to disproportionately field them with the aspiration to impact the world by being a consultant for Boston Consulting Group and McKinsey. Yes. So the disproportion, whatever the hell that big-ass word that he did right there, disproportionately, on-cycle recruiting is highly structured, early and competitive hiring process primarily focused on attracting top talent from investment, banking, and consulting backgrounds for entry-level positions in private equity and hedge funds. It typically involves interviewing and extending offers with the intention of the new hire starting the following year or year after, making it a challenge and potentially stressful time for the candidates. Oh, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. So today this was announced, okay? And I'll move my beautiful self. I think I'll go back to the corner where I was. Nobody puts Marantz in the corner. I thought about staying over there, but is that cool? Marantz Rantz. Let me move this real quick. Big old logo. Nobody wants it. Just shout out to my guy who does all the art. Drove. He also does the music. Jamie Dimon just made good on his promise to crack down on bankers with hush-hush private equity jobs. So what's happening is they're recruiting them by forcing them to do deals before they actually get the job. Jamie Dimon has criticized, and Jamie Dimon, by the way, he actually runs J.P. Morgan. He is the richest man in banking. Jamie Dimon is worth billions, but he's not nearly as profitable and as valuable as private equity. Private equity's 20, 30, 40 billion dollars a piece, these guys, right? Schwartzman, Leon Black, Mark Rowan, Josh Harris, the boys, KKR, all of them. They're all billionaires. This guy, Jamie Dimon, he got like $2 billion. Now, I mean, it's not something to bat your eye at, but he's okay. And what he's vowing is that if he finds out that any of his investment bankers have a job in private equity lined up, he will fire them on the spot. They will be terminated. The firm warned incoming juniors not to accept future data jobs from buyout firms. Boom. J.P. Morgan is warning junior bankers against from taking those future data jobs with buyout firms or even sneaking out a job training to take interviews. Don't do anything. The whirlwind affair is known as on-cycle recruiting. So the banks are pissed off at it. They're getting to the nitty-gritty on it, and they should. They should, because that's what's happening in the investment world. These guys have been manufacturing deals for decades. We've talked about it. We'll talk about one in general today. But I wanted to shed light on it so that you guys understand the process, the recruiting process, and the relationship between banking, private equity, and how it affects the companies that you're invested with. Okay? I didn't even get to read everything from you guys, so I apologize, but I hope you guys are paying attention. All right, so Bitcoin's going. We're good. We're going to look at some charts. We're going to look at some companies. I did see some stuff go down the drain. We'll talk about that. I saw the new jobs numbers come out. It's a little bit misleading. Right away they come out and go, oh, it's only 139 jobs added. It's a little down. But that's a revised number, as Carter's Corner Pocket talks about. They revise it. They got the March number, and they go ahead and revise the new April number. So it's going to look like it's not so far off, yet it's still off. And then you have the May number. So it works out that way. But I actually have the true number, and we'll talk about it. We'll also talk about the new price target that Michael Packer talks about for GameStop, and we'll break down his math and why his math is so skewed and off. And it always has been, because he's going to tell you GameStop's not a profitable company, which we're going to tell you GameStop is the #1 company that you can invest in the whole goddamn United States, world. And I'm sorry for use God's name in vain, but in this case, God's going to understand. He's going to forgive me, because GameStop is everything. It's GameStop or nothing. I'm going to show you the charts. We're going to go over it. I love you guys so much. I just want to tell you again, welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. Give me 10 seconds to set it all up, and I will be right back. I don't know what next Trove song you guys want to hear, but how about we hear Chili Beans?
Game's not luck, it's blood, sweat, sting. We built this ship off chili beans. Pan like Sun Tzu, groove like soul. Retail burning, this our goal. We don't just buy, we study and know. They see a glitch, we see the flow. Charts don't lie, just people do. We snipe the dip like ninjas do. Silk hands, steel resolve. GameStop's mystery, we gon' solve. Fake the loss, then flip the play. Retail thunder's on the way. Chili beans strategy, buy and hold eternally. Up and right, never fold. GameStop legends, truth retold.
Bro, I don't understand this whole theory on this song. Like, honestly, I heard it like 2 times in my life, and I'll probably never hear it again. Chili beans, bro. I don't understand it, but okay. We're like, is there something going on in the UK that they like chili beans? I might have missed it. Freddie Bauer coming in with 51 Dorito Friday dollars. Holy shit, Freddie. Thank you so much for the super chat. Freddie has been killing it 51 days in a row. I'm telling you, Freddie's something different. He's doing amazing things. You know, guys, I owe you guys something, because we're going to be doing a giveaway at the end of the month. It's coming up, guys. I'm serious. It's big. It's bigger and better than ever. We're going to be giving away a whole bunch of stuff. But here's my problem. There was a day that I got a lot of slabs, right? I got like 28 slabs. If you guys don't know what a slab is, hold on. Okay. So these are slabs, right, guys? So to get, oh my goodness, 20 free memberships for the channel. Oh my God. Hey, all you lurkers are about to find out who you are. So these are slabs, guys, right? You guys are familiar with PSA graded cards, and they're collectibles. People collect them. They have forever value. This is slabs, right? I have a ton of them. I have so many to give away. Wouldn't matter. Tons of slabs, ton of Pokemon cards. Jaden Daniels rookie card, which we're trying not to give away, I promise you. So all these slabs are out there, right? So there's a guy who sent me 29 of them one day, and I gave them all away to all the kids at the mall, and, so they can get their collections going. I don't remember who sent them to me. I don't remember, and I literally was gonna look at it. Hey, don't get discouraged by your track there. Stand on that shit, Trove. He made it. He's like, yeah, I can admit it's not that great. No, you made that song, bro. So anyway, I had all these slabs given to me. Somebody sent them in the mail, but I can't remember who sent them. And I want to remember. Because I owe it to you. Like, there's days that people send super chats through and like gifts of membership and stuff, and I'll be like, oh, thanks so much, cool. But the truth is, $5, $1, $3 doesn't matter. The kids end up getting this shit. It gets to the other side of the till. It gets to GameStop. We end up buying stuff to give away. And I just want to tell you guys, thank you. If I don't thank you enough, that's what I want to tell you. So I appreciate the love and support for the channel and what we do. The Cosmic Lightning way to say support a creator. I do my best to give you the best show possible. And that's why I enjoy it if you guys were to like, subscribe, and or share the videos. There's a GameStop video out there. If you ever have somebody who's curious if they want to invest in a GameStop or why we're invested, you have family members that you can't express it to, it's called the GameStop Deep Dive. I just did it like 2 days ago, and I dove a little deeper on certain aspects of the turnaround story. So it wasn't a complete because I could do a really complete, thorough, it would take me hours though. Hours and hours and hours, because that's how great this investment is. If people only knew the truth about the turnaround story, the leadership, where it's headed, everything, all the above, right? So, I just want to share that with you guys. That we have some stuff going on. I always want to be thankful for all the creators and that of other channels that have reached out to the show. All of the donators for all the gifts and prizes that we give away. Everything you guys do, I just want to say I'm very thankful. And that's it. So there you go. All right, let's get to the real meat and potatoes and chili beans of the conversation. Let's go for it. First things first, jobs. So here is the U.S. payrolls increased 139K in May, more than expected. Unemployment's at 4.2, which is flat. And okay, so all of that's cool, right? Leisure, healthcare, blah, 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 jobs growth, scroll all the way down. When you scroll all the way down, this is what you guys want to see. It says right here, the April count was revised lower by 30,000, while March's total came down by 65,000 to 120. So that's the whole point. Revision, revision, revision. There were disparities between the establishment survey, which is used to generate the headline payrolls gain, and the household survey, which is used for the unemployment rate. The latter, the unemployment rate, generally more volatile than the establishment survey, showed a decrease of 696 workers. Full-time workers and employees, 623,000, while part-timers rose 33. So there was a plus in part-time and a decrease in full-time. That's the true number. But how far down this article did you have to scroll before you actually got it? Guys, they'll manipulate numbers for you. They'll make it look great. And you know why they do this? They do this because Jerome Powell won't lower rates. They want to sensationalize headlines, sure, but Jerome Powell's not stupid. This guy's telling you this economy's not as strong as they make you think it. I know it just went ahead and broke 600 on the SPY. I get it. We're at 6,000 points. But guess what? For me personally, it's still DR. Until you break all-time highs, you're still DR. But what did you see? What did you see? I won't even go on to the next website. This gets me upset. What did you guys see on these charts that makes you think that we are approaching all-time highs again? Go ahead and look at the 1 hour. We're here at 6,000 points. We're at the daily. What does that show you guys? You have a 20% downturn. Now we're in correction territory. After that, that's what we call a bear market. You're now in a bull market short term because you went up 20%. You didn't get as high as you once were. You're still 150 basis points off, 100 points off. Guess what that is? That's a trend. The trend is down. Now, albeit it's stretched to the right a little, but it's still down. We have a sell-off coming. There's no doubt. Well, you do have a sell-off because GameStop's going to go up. But here's the thing. If this downtrend is still going, we're still not going to get all the way back up to where we were. That is DR. That's diminishing returns. It never returns as high as it once was. But I've seen this before, and so have you. You've seen the downturn because it happened here, and it definitely happened here. This is 2008. So if you had the downturn, didn't get up as high as it once was, oh no, we have a recovery coming. You don't have a recovery. It's a fake. And you hit 50-day moving average and you fall back down. Well, guess what? This pump that is your economy, this right here is shooting up, down, back up, and it'll come back down. This time it should fall even further. You'll lose the confidence. And why? It takes days. It takes 200 days to play out. 200 days. Watch. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You'll be like, yo, Marantz, how'd you guess it? This is what I drew. I drew these lines. We'll see if I'm right. We'll see if I'm right. I think I'm pretty good at this stuff. But, I could be wrong. What I would do if I believed there was a true bear market and or even a bull market, wouldn't matter. I'd buy the VIX. I'd buy calls on the VIX. I would never do this. But I would buy calls on the VIX and look for volatility coming up within the next quarter. Yep. The 90-day reprieve will be over by the end of the month, and Trump will have to come out with more tariff threats. Other employers will lay off more people, which they just did. I believe 4 employers already laid off 90,000 people just this month alone. Those numbers are not included in the jobs number. So I think that there's some real movement here, and that's where it would be, right? So the VIX being the ETF that actually tracks or the volatility, the market volatility index, that's what it's called. So that's what you're looking at. So that's what I would do. Another thing, Bitcoin, consolidating here on the other side of the shoulder. It's a head and shoulders pattern. If you guys don't see it, you have your head here. You have your shoulder here. So you have head and shoulders both ways. I guess I could stay in drawing mode and draw. So you can go head, shoulder, down. Oh, I have to let it go too? Oh, God. Shoulder, and the other shoulder. Okay? So you can have a drop off. Your shoulders get droopy. You're not broad like me. You have droopy shoulders, and they just go ahead and fall down. And this could come down. So if you have correction on it, it would be great. Great for anybody who wants to increase their position. GameStop has $1 billion earmarked for more Bitcoin. I like Bitcoin. I want to buy Bitcoin somewhere down at like 80. Do I like it? No. God, no. Can't stand it. Can't stand any cryptocurrencies. I just buy stock, and I just buy it in my favorite little company. There are other companies to look at. We're going to talk about them in a minute. We're going to talk about how this market's off. I had no idea that my damn camera's off. Wow, look at that. Man, I'm not paying attention at all. Here's my websites. We're good there. We're good there on the full body. We don't need to go to that one anymore. We're good there. Hey, how you doing? I got a big head. All right. That's what, never mind. I'll be quiet. All right. So anyway, back to the stat. Marantz the GOAT. Thank you, man. Hey, anybody who comes to the chat and says, Marantz the GOAT, you don't go with me. I can't wait for the 100-plus day volume days and the halts again. Dude, we used to trade at 100. Man, I have a video of me talking about the stock. You guys don't see it. It's only on TikTok. I have a video talking about a stock. Go, hey, Kyoto, enjoy your day, man. Kyoto's taking off, guys. He has to go to bed. He's in Japan, and it's like 3 in the morning. So appreciate you, Kyoto, for hanging out with me, man. This stock is literally only going up now. All my life savings on this shit. Let's go. Good luck, bro. Good luck. You don't need it, but good luck. So I had a video, and it was me explaining GameStop up like $30 a share. It was from 30 to 60. It was $60 at the time, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, yo, man, I'm up $25,000 in my position. I'm feeling good about it. This is amazing. Look at this, $60 a share. Yeah. Guys, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that we're still here, that I was able to accumulate more shares this year. I had a really good year, and I got more, hit a couple of plateaus. This year right now is that little flat year. I'm pretty flat this year. We're going to get way ahead. I really am coming up right now, my wife and I. And by getting ahead, it's about to happen where I'm going to be able to increase my position in GameStop at least another 24,000. I'm going to be able to double my position over time. Like, I work it in. I'm not in a rush to get there. I just pace myself, and I'm unloading the trailer a little bit. So you'll see me get a little bit more aggressive. No matter the price of the stock, it could be 40, 50, 60. I'm going to get a little bit more aggressive myself. So I'm very excited for it because I think it's forever. I think that's how good it is. All right, but let's go to it. And I don't just say shit. I do it. I think you guys know that by now. All right, so let's look at the website, guys. All-time highs on GameStop. If you guys are not familiar, they actually have an all-time high. And let's talk about the Switch. So the Switch 2 is highly sought. There is not a Switch 2 in my city, in my town, at any store. I don't care if it's Best Buy, Costco, Walmart, Target, and GameStop. Nobody has them. They're completely sold out. I already checked. We had talked to some more people. I saw them walking off the shelves yesterday. And I like to watch people do it. I don't have to go out there and go buy it myself. As you guys know, I don't have time to play games like I used to when I was young because I do this show. But I do play from time to time. I've been talking to myself that this is probably going to be what I do the most. I'm probably going to go ahead and play the Switch the most once I go ahead and get a Switch 2 for myself. I'm going to do it for myself. And I'm going to enjoy it for myself because there are some games I want to do. Hey, don't I have this card? I have this card. I have this card. $55. I'll be sure to give it away. I have that. Wow, that's awesome, bros. Giving away everything. Anyway, what do you think is going to happen when people find out that GameStop has like everything you want on PSA graded cards? Whether it be Pokemon cards, sports cards, you name it. Look at this. Look at this. I have that card, man. That's awesome. I hit that pack, bro. I hit that pack hard. 5,751 items in the shop. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. I love it. That means they have a library to choose from. Go in there, find out what you need. I won't ever talk basketball cards with you guys with these damn NBA playoffs going on, the finals. Some guy hit a game-winning shot last night. What's the guy's name? I don't even know. Who is he? Tyrese? The only Tyrese I know, he actually sang some songs called like Be Mine or Sweetie or something. I don't remember. Tyrese was good in commercials, bro. He had that good little Coke commercial or something. Switch 2 already sold 3 million units. What's going on with Elon and Trump? Dude, he hit the first playoff finals game winner since Jordan. Well, nobody cares about Jordan. Why you put Jordan's name in all caps? Extremely overrated. Michael Jordan's extremely overrated. Do you know his stats are fake, right? Like, they already proved it. They already said, yeah, he never had that many steals, that many blocks, whatever. Like, they added to his stat line every home game, every time he played in the United Center. Like, the crazy thing about Michael Jordan, just so that we're clear, and it's something that you guys got to know about basketball, you're nobody, bro. You're nobody. Dennis Rodman is the reason they won all those games. Listen to me. I know it's hard to understand. Dennis Rodman took the Detroit Pistons and won 2 championships, kicking the shit out of Michael. Then Michael went and got Horace Grant and Scottie Pippen, and they carried his ass in there. That's it. Go look at all the power forwards that lead the league in everything. They carry your team. Everybody's quick to call it, and you're just like, what are you talking about? Want to know how good the Bulls were without Jordan? They went to the championship, the Eastern Conference Championship without him the next year. Horace Grant leaves the team. He goes to Orlando Magic. Guess who's in the finals? Orlando Magic. Oh, it's because baby Shaq. Horace Grant. Then you have Dennis Rodman. Go ahead and go to the Bulls. Carry them to 3 championships. Yes, that Dennis Rodman that nobody could handle. Shut down Karl Malone. Shut down everybody. Rebounding king. Do you know how you win games? More rebounds and defense than anything. Oh, I'll prove it again. He goes to the Spurs, and they win the championship. Or they go to the finals. I don't know what it was. Didn't matter. Go down the line. Go look at the Pistons of 2004 when they beat the shit out of the Lakers. And it wasn't because Chauncey Billups was hitting threes. Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, all of them. It doesn't even matter. Whoever the hell it was. Tayshaun Prince. They had no answers. Rip Hamilton. You have no answers for the Detroit Pistons, bro. Jordan won some gimme championships when he had great players on his team, like Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant and Dennis Rodman. Get out. Kobe wins. Kobe had Pau Gasol, Ron Artest, Lamar Odom. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs a team. Don't just say Jordan, like one name, like, look at Jordan. No, I can say Steph Curry, 3-pointers, going crazy. Steph Curry's crazy. Still needs Kevin Durant. Still needs his other shooting guard. It still needs, I guess, Draymond Green, who sucks. Oh, don't ever give me that guy. There's just so much, dude. There's so much that people just don't take into consideration because all they want to do is highlight the guy who's on the shoe. Get the hell out of here, bro. Dennis Rodman, Robert Horry, monsters, hitting shots when it matters, playing defense like it's nobody's business. I'm telling you right now, Chris Webber was a more dominant player if they ever gave him credit for it. Chris Webber was the shit, dude. He was a problem. Yeah, man, you guys stop this bullshit. Tyrese. Yeah, out of rhythm all game. But to hit that moment, ice in veins. What are you talking about? It's just an opportunity, dude. It's just an opportunity. Sacramento did get robbed. It was a fixed game. Shaq ain't that great, bro. Shaq is amazing. Shaq's dominant. Shaq would have killed some people for these rules. But still, Shaq was a liability. He couldn't make free throws. Get him out of here. Just foul him. That's all you got to do. You'll win the game. I'm telling you, bros. I watch a lot of basketball. I choose not to watch it anymore. When are you going to put respect on, like, Andre Miller, Kevin Johnson, John Stockton. Muggsy Bogues is probably the best player of all time. Dude led his whole college team in titles. He's over here playing in the NBA at 5'3" with tons of stats. Avery Johnson was a monster. Dudes that can play amongst the trees. You got to stop this. You got to stop all this bullshit. Sacramento got robbed, bro. What did they have? How much money did they have on that game? Who knows? All right, back to some stories. I told you GameStop's looking good, $29.80, not bad. All right, Michael Packer, you're up. Michael Packer, who is the only analyst in America that covers GameStop, which is crazy to even think that no analyst covers GameStop. So if those analysts want to get jobs at like private equity firms or at the next bank, they better not cover GameStop, right? Just like you better not say stuff about certain groups and characters in the media or else you're going to be gone, buddy. You ever been like alienated in Hollywood? Katherine Heigl, what's her name? Heigl, what's her name? The story is the girl in the movie Knocked Up. I don't know if you guys ever know who she is. She was absolutely stunning, beautiful, and great actress. The story was that she got hit on by one of the producers in Hollywood. I don't know if it was Harvey Weinstein or not. But she turned them down, and when she turned them down, she got no more roles. That's it. Your career's over. So it's all about what you do to get the role. That's why nobody respects Halle Berry. That's why nobody respects J-Lo. There's something hidden out there. I mean, I don't do anything for my stuff, I've been offered a couple times, hey, Marantz, take your shirt off for the stream. And I was like, well, do you want to see my nipples? Nah, not really. They're jacked, though. They're jacked. Jason Williams is fun to watch. Sure, bro, whatever. He'll even tell you Andre Miller, one of the best ever to do it. Miles Simon. Those dudes those were Michael Bibby. Those are the real players, bro. The real ballers. Get out of here. Anyway, I want to tell you guys something about Michael Packer and this only analyst to cover GameStop. He's been covering GameStop since 2013, since the launch of the PS4. And since then, 11 years later, he's been wrong for 11 years. GameStop's going to crumble. GameStop's fake. GameStop's battling the digital world, and they are not profitable. So let's talk about strategy. Strategy is a company, MicroStrategies, run by Michael Saylor, who's a big fan of Bitcoin. Apparently the Bitcoin father right now, because people in Bitcoin need somebody to buy Bitcoin. They're so stupid. To like really commit themselves and to leverage themselves, and it doesn't work that way. Certainly not for GameStop, which I'm happy to say I'm proud of them for doing that. But MicroStrategies announced Monday that it was buying more Bitcoin, and it purchased 705 Bitcoin for $75 million. They now hold 580,000 Bitcoin, 580,955 Bitcoin. He's buying it at any price. He's buying it at any time. He paid over $100,000 a coin. He does not care. At the same token, you have Trump Media Group, DJT, raised $2.3 billion from 54 investors, and they gave up approximately 50 million shares, 56 million shares of equity, and 29 million shares of convertible notes. Ideally, they gave up 85 million shares. Why does that matter? Well, let me show you. So we'll go to the charts. We'll go to my my Bitcoin chart. This is my Bitcoin chart. Here's DJT. DJT has a float right now of 277 million shares. By giving up essentially 100 million, I'm just ballparking, they give up 1/3 of their company to get a little bit more Bitcoin. Those investors bought 1/3. GameStop gave up 1/10. 1/10. That's the difference. The market cap for this company is at $5.7 billion. So yes, they gave up 1/3 to 1/2 of their company just to buy some Bitcoin. To give you an example, this company here, KWM, announced a Bitcoin strategic asset reserve, and their stock price went from $1.50 all the way up to $4 the other day, $6, and now it's at $3.59. Massive run, 100%, because they announced they're doing Bitcoin. Asset entities went ahead and announced a deal for Bitcoin as well, and they went from pennies on the dollar all the way up to $13.42, a 1,000% increase, down 50% from the highs. They're now at $5.99, $5.99. A new group called FAAS went ahead and announced that they're going to do Bitcoin. They went ahead and announced that today, and the price went out the roof. Starting of the day, they're already up 43% today. Shocker. Shocker that companies can announce they're doing Bitcoin Reserve. This one's only doing $100 million, which is fine, considering their market cap is $44 million as of today. So GameStop announces and nothing happens. MicroStrategies keeps doing what they do. MicroStrategies down from the all-time high of 543 down to 376. Not too great on value, but if you're willing to buy this company that has a book value of $2.98, you are basically buying. I believe it's. I'm so sorry. Book value of $1 per share, right? What is it? 125. 125 per share. It's $100 billion company. They produce zero profits. Zero. The only profits they'll ever produce is when they sell Bitcoin. Other than that, they don't make any money. So here's the thing. GameStop's not getting evaluated correctly, and this page is telling you that other companies are giving up their whole market cap, their whole liquidity, whatever they have left on them. If I'm giving up equity of my company to buy more Bitcoin, what am I really leveraging? Other than the fact that I'm a CEO or chairman of the board and I get paid in shares and I get paid value, me, myself, who cares about the company? Who cares about the long-term strategy? Doesn't matter. Watch this. Right here, okay? This whole article right here, this one, they have to include this in this article. This article is about, up at the top, read the headlines. Cryptocurrency, strategy buys more Bitcoin. In here is a whole piece about GameStop. On Thursday, Wedbush reiterated underperformance rating on GameStop with a $13.50 price target after the company last week disclosed its purchase of 4,710 Bitcoin following the MicroStrategy playbook. However, Strategy currently trades at 1.75 times its Bitcoin holdings, while GameStop trades at 2.4 times cash value. Okay. So cash gives them optionality. Does it not? They have the ability to do whatever they want. Borrow more and or buy more against it. Leverage it. Cash should be 2.4, if not more. You should actually get more because I can margin 100% against it. Now, suggesting that investors value GameStop's entry into Bitcoin at the same premium they assign to strategy shares, but value GameStop's core operations at $8 a share. If you value $8 a share on GameStop, as the analyst says, that means that GameStop would have a PE ratio of 27, which who does in retail right now? Only the established Mag 7 companies, but not Tesla, not Costco, just Amazon. So we're comparing GameStop and Amazon. This is crazy. Both companies provide Bitcoin investors the ability to use margin to invest in crypto, but GameStop's holdings are literally 1% as great as MicroStrategies. The firm believes GameStop's entry into the trading card business has delivered moderate success, but it sees no potential for a rebound in the company's core business. So Wedbush still holds true to $13.50. This is the most disconnected thing to say about an investment if you don't understand all of the instruments that derive from value. Like if I wanted to give value to GameStop, how do I derive it? Like what do I have to dissect? Well, one, you can go to the inventory, $500 million at times. Right, and then you can see the cards on file. They're actually appreciating in price, not depreciating, but it's fine. They have buildings, they have plants, they have equipment. That's going to go ahead and be another $500 million. So we're at $1 billion. Cash and cash equivalents are $6.5 billion, $6.3 billion, whatever it may be. And I'll just tell you 5.7 because we'll minus the 500 for Bitcoin. So 5.7, that makes it 6.7 plus Bitcoin. And I'm going to ballpark Bitcoin for you at the 4,710 at the 105,000 that it is today. You can ballpark that. You're going to be in the realm of almost $8 billion. Now, GameStop makes a profit. And when you annualize on the profit itself and the interest generated from that cash pile, you're looking at $200 to $250 million a year minimum. I'm not factoring in cycles, Christmas, all that. No, just interest alone on the dollars. $250,000 minimum. But that $250,000, what would you times that by? Would you times that by 50? What's your PE ratio that you're satisfying your eval, or the valuation of the company itself? GameStop's worth the $20 billion it's supposed to be. Remember that GameStop offered $1.5 billion of their company on convertible notes that will, yes, it will dilute the float, 50 million shares, 10% of their company. But when it dilutes their company, that increases the value of the company. I know it's hard to understand for some people because they're wrapped in the world of being told dilution is bad. Because there's people out here that would tell you you're diluting the shareholder because you're paying off creditors. GameStop has 0 creditors. GameStop doesn't owe people money. Nope. They borrowed money. They borrowed money with senior notes, but at 0% interest. You couldn't imagine. It's like you taking out a 401k loan on your money and you pay back all the interest to yourself. So you say, who cares? It's free money. They're just going to give me some money and I'll pay it back. But it's still mine. It's still mine to do with what I need to do right now. And what if you took that loan and you bought a house? Now that house creates equity. You're actually up on this investment that you just made versus the dollars that you're paying back to yourself. GameStop's up on the investment it made on Bitcoin versus the dollars that it has to pay back to itself. Literally. Do you understand what I'm telling? If you guys knew how the transactions actually work, GameStop insulated themselves, protecting themselves by selling it at $29.85. Those current bonds trade at $1,400. They're trading at a $42 premium. Well over the $29.85 that they sold it for. The bonds themselves, the notes themselves. Now you go ahead and look at GameStop, the shares. They're at $30 right now. They sold 140 million shares at $28. Everybody's up. Nobody's mad at this investment. Except for Michael Packer and the boys. And the only reason why you come out and you say $13.50, the only reason you come out and you post the week before earnings to let everybody know that this is your actual rating, this is how you analyze, it's because earnings is scaring the shit out of people. GameStop earnings is coming out in 4 days, guys. And when I tell you you're going to see me on the moon, yeah, you're going to see me aura farming. You're going to see me with the helmet on, visor in, Coke Zero ready, thrusters fired up. GameStop's going to come out with a number, $150 million. Yeah. Q1, $150 million. Marantz, how? I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be allowed to show you the Bitcoin purchase. But if they are, Wall Street, for the lack of a better term, and only because I'm trying to be nice tonight, I'm going to try to be respectful, bros. I'm not going to try to curse so much. You're fucked.
That's the rent, that change, stack that gold, we glitch rich, watch legends unfold. Club of one, vote got heat, diamond hands, no Wall Street cheat. Say my name, when the candles run, GameStop bought in. now the war begun. With a PS5, said they said buy low. I said bet that twice, now my crypto pop louder than your block dice. GameStop broke, now GameStop God went digital savage. Now I nod at the fraud. Broker phone tap, they monitor gains, so I flex on the charts like I bench blue flames.
I'm the queen of this glitch, got my thumb on the block, rocking crypto like couture. They just talk, I stock. Call me Satoshi's daughter, got that cold key grace. Every trade like a bullet, yeah, I shoot in place. Big Mac D on a silk briefcase. They scared of the code, I'm the 404 queen. I crash their dreams in a day 5 stream. Club of one, I don't talk, I run.
I broke the code that broke the street. Lit that match under every elite. Wall Street laughed, now they quote my thread. GameStop pinked and my ledge bled. Fresh on stacks, I built this throne off Reddit tabs and Nokia phone. Talk leverage, I was born in debt. Now my vaults make gold look wet.
QR codes on the chain I wear. Bitch, I mine while I do my hair. Retail rebels straight out of hell. Infinite glitch in a Liberty shell.
Club of one, no invite sent. Gia, me, coin, that's the rent. Tap that chain, stack that gold. We glitch rich, watch legends unfold.
Club of Ones.
Every now and then, I need a track like that. I need something to wake my ass up. Welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. Club of one. Oh, boy, Trove, getting it real. All right, check this out. These are some stocks that I've been talking about lately. This is going to be the TMC. This is the metals company. I talked about them because I felt like this was a setup from the administration, loaded up down here before April, right? April comes out, boom, the executive order gets signed, it pumps, it dumps, forms its own little bullish pennant, Dorito, pumps, does the same thing, another pennant. You can see it right here, plain as day. If you don't see it, I'll do it for you, but that's the pennant. That's the top side. This is going to be your bottom support. Where it crosses, it finally takes off out of here, out of the zone. You're back in here. We're at the $5 range. Now, this looks like a head and shoulders, dropped off on the droopy shoulder, holding up. We'll see if it has a downturn. We'll see if the support can hold up through. But this is TMC. I've been watching it. Not that I would ever buy it. Trust me. I wasn't in it at below $1. I missed it. I didn't want to be in it. I just wanted to know that I know how to read a chart and understand the headlines. So that's what I do a lot of the times. A lot of times I'm spectating other companies to see just how real this GameStop movement is for me. You know, this is HIMS. I'm not a fan of HIMS. I saw the sheet. The sheet looks good. I don't like how everyone's pumping it. I don't like how it's everywhere that I look. It's just, I mean, it's the darling of every investor's right now. I mean, everybody's talking about it. So up, all the way down a 50-day moving average, bounce right back up, go test all-time highs, and then it'll either come back down or whatever it may be. But that's HIMS. Palantir. Not a fan of Palantir. Extremely overvalued. I don't care what they tell me. I don't care how many government contracts you sign. I don't care what's the future. There are 2.3 billion shares of this company, and it has a PE ratio of 550. You're overpaying for Palantir. I remember they used to tell me Tesla's overbought, and it's too valuable, it's too expensive, and people are buying and they're idiots, you know, it's running. Yeah, Tesla ran, and it had good reason to run. Right, Elon? Right? And then you go over here in Palantir, same thing, but I'm not paying 550 for it. Not when I can buy GameStop. There's just not enough upside for me for it. Kohl's. You know how I feel about Kohl's? I feel it's a company that's going to fall to pieces. Kramer just said they're going to make their money, and you're going to see it. You know what? You just might. You just might see some money. You might see a last little lift up in this company. I don't care. I'm not missing the money. I'm not going to go chase private equity. I know exactly what this is. Kohl's will be bankrupt before it's ever back up to $47 a share, $25 a share. It's never going to happen. Here's AMC. AMC is also a bankrupt company waiting to happen. I know movies are more than ever right now, and this is about, well, guess what? Get ready for whatever earnings comes out for the next year or two. That's it. That's the max of it. You can't make more, right? Just like you can't make more land in this world, you can't make more people go to the movies. It's not possible. That chapter has come and gone. Other things that have come and gone are pagers, VHS tapes, cassette tapes, pogs. Things have all come and gone. Movies are no different. It was nice seeing you for 100 years, but I'll tell you what, I don't travel by train and I don't travel by horse and carriage. Things come and go. Now, 5 and below. Don't believe in it. I don't care. Earnings came out. They had good numbers. We'll check out the numbers in a minute. So we're going to go ahead and look at 5 and below. So I'll have to look them up, 5, which I do want to see the retail numbers. DocuSign. DocuSign came out and it got rocked. It got rocked all the way to the ground, gapped down from $94 a share all the way to $75, below the 200-day moving average. Absolutely rocked, and which makes 0 sense. What it tells me is that they pumped it for earnings, and they already knew they were going to take the bottom out of it. This is something different. I've got to go look at DocuSign. I don't like what happened to Doc. I know they killed earnings, and they still gapped down. So either somebody set them up. Lululemon, what'd I tell you, babe? What'd I tell you? There ain't nobody buying these tights. Out of this world last night. Boom. We'll go look at them. Lulu. We'll look up their balance sheet, too. We're looking over these 3 balance sheets right now. And then, of course, the headline, Tony De Niro. How could I ever thank you, Tony, for Toys R Us info? Toys R Us is at 0.006. Not to be confused with 2 cents like it was, just a little down 58%. They officially said they're going to go insolvent. They're going to actually delete everything they own. Finally, after all these years. Oh, God. Toys R Us. Call Jeffrey. Call Jeffrey. Somebody, please. And not Epstein. We're talking the giraffe. Punks. Tony De Niro post that. And then what do? Guys, let me prove to you the con job that is all these dudes who work for private equity. All of them. Check this shit out. Swear to goodness. Type in Toys R Us. Is it toy? What's the nomenclature for it? Is it toy? With T? What? Hold on. It's Toy RF. Watch this. I swear to you. Watch this. Toy RF. Tell me why. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the symbol. Boom. Watch this. First headline. Wow, can't believe it. Toys R Us to reopen in the U.S. Read again. Did I miss something? It's up 138%. Toys R Us announces it is insolvent. Decides to recapitalize and unlikely to occur. Assigns an administrator to manage the wind down, restructuring, or sell of the assets. Gone. As of today. Toys R Us. By the way, it's owned by an Australian hedge fund. Yes. Restructuring. Toys R Us. It gets better. You guys ready? Watch how it's going to happen, guys. Look how it happens. This is how it goes down. Toys R Us, BBBY. Teddy Publishing. Toys R Us. My Post, BBYQ, Cash and Equity, GME, Teddy, Baby, Toys R Us. BBQ, GameStop, RadQ, F8, Pro2 Home Group, Toys R Us, IEP, AMC. More butterflies. Oh, here we go. GameStop, Blockbuster, Toys R Us, Sears, Macy's, Circuit City, GameStop, Bed Bath & Beyond. GME, BBQY, whatever, BBYQ, Toys R Us, Joan, How is it that they put everything together all the time? This is what they want to do. Every chance they get. GME prediction alert. I believe GME will become a holding company, merging all of these companies under GameStop strategies. I believe it's going to be GameStop, Chewy, Bed Bath & Beyond, Bitcoin, U for Unity, and Toys R Us. This is fucking crazy. Are you kidding? What is this? Somebody get on the phone and tell me who the hell is the CEO of Bitcoin. He said Bitcoin, bros. I could get over all the other ones. This shit is crazy. Sean, you've got some explaining to do, Sean. I hope so. Hopefully GameStop is acquiring Bed Bath & Beyond, Atari, Toys R Us, and taking PSA public. Who knows what Ryan Cohen is doing behind the scenes? Simulate and Trade says this. More Teddy talk, Teddy bullshit. Oh my God. Was a genius move to move back the money you lost on Toys R Us. What in the hell, bros? Another day holding 1 million shares of Toys R Us. Tony De Niro, you reported on this, Tony? You reported on this. GameStop Hathaway is coming. GME, Toys R Us, Bed Bath & Beyond, and Teddy. This is the bullshit I'm talking about, bro. I get it. Sly Fly Coin. OpenSea Collection. Yeah, you're real smart, Sly. You're hilarious, Sly. Oh, hey, how's it feel? He says right here, Sly Guy's NFT holder. Remember when that meant something, I guess? Maybe that meant something. How much that cost you, bro? I bought the monkeys. You see? You can't take these dudes serious, bro. Prediction alert. That was today, dude. When was that? Yesterday? Then this guy calls himself Mr. GameStop. I like this guy too. Mr. GameStop, okay? That's what this guy calls himself. Look at this. As it is written, GameStop. Mr. GameStop is blocked, by the way. Want to know why? Mr. GameStop says, here's his prediction, right? This is what he had to say. He's the guy who said this shit yesterday. GameStop to 4,389 on 6/9. I think the reason why I got rid of this guy because he was promoting more than GameStop, last I checked. He used to have it in his bio. He had other things in his bio, if I'm not mistaken. And then this is like 3 days ago when I blocked him because I had never seen him before. But now it's just all GameStop. He's just all GameStop. Yeah, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, man. I've never seen this guy a day in my life. Mr. Game. Don't you think I would have heard about him? Mr. GameStop. Well, let's see what he's doing. He's posting all the old memes. Yeah, he took it down so you can't see all his info. I used to be able to see when he started and his other stuff. Oh, he's adjusting. Oh, this guy's a liar. I know. I have him blocked. Watch this. Unblock. Oh, there it is. Look at this right here. Dedicated stock crypto investor with a keen interest in market trends. GameStop, Tesla, Nvidia, Bitcoin. Not financial advice. No shit. Joined the community May of 2024. Oh. Back to blocking. I know the truth. Punk. All right, so. This person doesn't stop saying bullshit, bro. What do you think about scalpers? I don't think about scalpers. I think scalpers are awesome, bro. Get all the cards you need. Get them on and upcharge them. Make sure you pay premium. Folkster, thank you so much. Marantz, you give me so much laughs today. Ha ha ha. I generally can't read. I feel blessed now listening to this. Awesome. This is the dumbest crap I've ever seen in my life. And once I'm grateful, I'm blind because I'm exposed to the fraction of it. No wonder the Discord is jaded. Toys R Us, Angel Reese, Baby Giraffe. Bro, put Angel Reese in a room with a basketball on a rim, and she'll have a triple-double all by herself, bro. So many rebounds. That account came up on my feed, and I legit blocked it because it was that post. These guys are so lost. There you go, Rob. Insta-block. Well, thank you guys for the $2 super chat and the $5 super chat. I didn't even realize that. Okay. Now watch this. I wasn't reading all that, but thank you guys. So you're welcome. And you said something that triggered me right now. You said, fraction, I'm so grateful. I'm blind. There it is, Edward. You're blind. Yeah, I think it was Stacks who sent something to me. It was somebody who sent this to me. Hot or Stacks or somebody. And it was this quote, and they were saying, like, the more you know about everything, the harder your life is to live because you just can't get happy anymore. It's hard to be happy. Like, the more you find out the government is stealing your money, you're like, phew. You know? You're like, dude, why am I even paying taxes? These guys are just using my money, and you have no control over it, and you're very upset about. Like, wouldn't you be upset? Somebody asks you for some money, and then you give it to them, and then you find out they weren't paying their bills or buying what they say they were. They literally were just spending it just to have a good time. You're like, I could have did that myself, but you're always trying to pay it forward and help out. And you don't know how people deal with grief. You know, when you give money to things like GoFundMe's, and you're like, well, what did they do with that money? Who cares, man? Who cares? Like, and my point of view is like, I do care, but I just think like when they use the term blissful ignorance, right? It's because people that are ignorant are blissful. Like, they can be happy about stuff. Because the more you know, the less people that you're going to be real with, the less people you're going to talk to. You're going to keep your circle small. Your funeral might only have 10 people because you don't trust anybody. I mean, there's just a lot going on. I talked to my wife. My wife and I talked about this like 4 days ago. How many people would be at your funeral? And my wife's like, I don't know, not that many. I don't talk to that many people. You know, like she was telling me. And I was just like, okay. But I think a lot of people would go to a funeral because I would be like, yo, my wife passed, and it'd be very hurtful, painful. But she goes, you know how many people would show up to yours? And I was like, I don't know, a lot. I said, but she goes, but I wouldn't hug any of them. And I was like, what? See, my wife, she taught me this. She said, people do things to make themselves feel better. So people will go to people's funerals just to have closure for themselves because they probably feel guilty about the interactions. It's like the Shaquille O'Neal, you know, thing where he was like all sad about Kobe. And I'm just like, man, fuck you, Shaq. You made a song called Tell Me How My Ass Tastes. I don't forget. I'll never forget. All it takes is one moment for you to be weak around me, and I'm just like, I'm good. And that's how I treat it. I'm just that way. I'm cut like that. And so when people come in here and they're half-stepping about GameStop, you know, they're not fully committed to the crew or to what we do or believe, then don't be, right? Just keep it to yourself. Like, don't type in the chat, bros. You're going to lose. But when you get educated on what we're doing, oh, shit, your mind opens up, your world opens up, and you go, man, I can see private equity come from a mile away. Maybe in your own workplace. Maybe you can save your job and your family if you see it coming. You go, man, there's consultants in this office. They're asking, what do I do? It ain't like the movies, guys. It's like the movies, but it's not like the movies. I'm looking for a miracle today. Please tell me to heal my corneas and give me Alzheimer's instead of something. Put some respect on Draymond. So, Edward Cronkler, you say you're going blind. That's what you say. You're going blind. Okay. Edward, I'm going to do you a favor, bro. You don't need any prayers, bro. You know what you need? You just need to stare right into the camera right now. And if this is the last image you get to see for the rest of your life, well, enjoy it. Hi, I'm Marantz. You can go blind now, bro. You're good. Don't worry about it. You saw the best that there ever was. Just remember, make sure you tell your kids, man, when I had eyes, I used to watch Marantz Rantz. Shit, he was the greatest. There you go. Put some respect on Draymond. Who? The fake tough guy? The dude that would be holding the water cup for Ron Artest? Get Draymond out. That dude is nobody. Charles Barkley would have worked him for 30. Shaquille O'Neal would have had him foul out in the second quarter. Ron Artest would have gave him an elbow he couldn't even avoid. There ain't no flopping on that shit. Rasheed Wallace would have worked him in the corner three. There's nothing Draymond's good at. He's a tough guy in a weak-ass world full of Jeff Teagues, bro. Get out of here. Bill Laimbeer would have actually punched him. You're crazy. Bill Laimbeer's beast, bro. Those some tough hombres. Tough hombres. All right. Back to the story. Truth. Hey, truth. I don't know what I'm saying when I say it, bro. I don't know what I'm going to say. So when I said that right now, I don't know why I said. I don't know how Jeff T got some stray bullets around here, but that's just the way it goes down. That's it. You know? Oh, GameStop's looking good right now. Looking healthy. All right, we got to go look up some balance sheets. We got to talk about that. Let's go look at these companies real quick. Don't worry, GameStop's not going anywhere. It's looking good. $30 end of today. That's what we're looking for. All right, 3 companies we want to look at because apparently they're trash. DocuSign went down 18%. Even further than that after one day. On the 5-day, they're down 11%. Look at this shit. Crushed them after earnings. Financials. First, let's go look at that overview. Okay. Revenue's $3 billion. GameStop has more. Market cap, they have more market cap than GameStop. Shocker. The shares outstanding, 202, which is pretty cool. Let's see. They make money. They have a P/E ratio of 14. Oh, my God. These guys are valuable. For the trade at $75, oh, you might have to buy this. Yeah, they're crazy, bro. Bringing it all the way down. Let's go look at it. The number itself. Revenue for the quarter that was announced came in flat on revenue, which is fine. Cost of revenue, flat. Gross profits is $600 million. SG&A was actually down, which is awesome. R&D was flat. Operating expenses came out to $546, down $10 million. Operating income, flat. So they came in flat. $60 million. Income, by the way. Looks like they're doing 120, and then I see. So they're good for 240. That's it. 240. All-time highs, by the way. Wow. Not bad. 240, that's a GameStop type deal. You know? What's there not to like here? I got to see this. Cash and cash flow, they're almost at $1 billion. Not bad. Minimal cash burn. They have receivables coming to them. Wow, there's this little business model here. Look at this. Wow, 3.9 on assets. Liabilities, 1.9. They're not bad, guys. They're 2x. 2x on current ratio. Shareholder equity of $2 billion. About $10 book value. Yeah, look at that. $991 on book. I've never seen the sheet. So everything looks very similar to GameStop. But these guys are trading on the net income of $1 billion on trailing 12. Is that right? Yeah, look at it. Oh, man. How's it $1 billion? That's not $1 billion. Oh, it's here. Income tax expense. Wow. So they're oh, it's not ops, right? There's value, but it's not ops. Take away the billions and the billions. Oh, man, they have me tricked. They actually lose money. Yeah, trading at 8 times book. They're trading at 8 times book, and they technically make this type of money each year after losing. So they're headed in the right direction, but 8 times book, that's tough. Yeah, I'm still not buying DocuSign. Nah, something's going on over there tax-wise, but I'll leave it alone. I want to look at Five Below. Yeah, DocuSign's trash, not for me. All right, Five Below coming out with the new numbers. Here we go. New numbers. Revenue, almost $1 billion, down from Christmas, which is fine. Supposed to be. Still really good numbers. But remember, they're growing. They're opening up new stores all the time. Gross profit, $328. Coming in at $55 million operating income. Not bad. Not bad. Let's see what we're dealing with. Operating margins, gross margin, 3.3, 33. Not bad when you're selling five and below, things for $5. All right, so they actually have good income. Sheet looks good. Balance sheet is not strong. Just by cash alone, $600 million. Inventory's heavy. Oh, hold on. Yo, that's crazy. So their revenue is 970. Revenue's 970. And they're carrying 700 million in inventory? That's a little fat piggy. You know what that is? That I'm telling you guys, that's not a lot. I mean, that's not enough, I'm saying. Like, they need less than that. The churn needs to be faster. Like, you can't carry 700. You front load into Christmas, yes. But you can't. No, something's going on here. It's not going to look good. It's not going to look good. Can I give you the example? They front loaded into Christmas, the year before. So to have 700 carryover, what are you going to do with that? I mean, let me think. Oh, that 700 carry into quarter three. Quarter three's always been a lot. Yeah, because it's right before Christmas. But now you're doing 700. Maybe with the growth. I don't know. I just don't think it's enough churn on inventory. Me personally. Assets are 4.4. They have about liabilities 2.5. They have shareholder equity of 1.8. 1.8 billion shareholder equity. They have not enough cash to cover their debt, but their book value is at $33 a share. Small float, so $33 a share puts them at 5x on book. 4x on book. So they're trading 4x a book. GameStop, if GameStop traded 4x their book, they would be a $52 stock. GameStop would. So do you understand why these guys give value and GameStop doesn't? It doesn't make sense to me, but it's fine. And then the last company I want to look at, Lululemon. Why'd they go down? Why'd they hit the ground? Lulu here. Overview on Lulu is they make $1.8 billion, which is nice. The revenue's there. They're trading 3 times sales, which is pretty amazing. Which isn't bad. I mean, it's fine where you're at. P ratio's solid. Everything's solid, dude. This company's solid. God, the brand is solid, right? Everybody loves this brand. Back to doing yoga in the stores. Let's see the revenue. Revenue, 2.3. 2.3. Not bad. Why is that the same as quarter 2? The exact same revenue. Yet it costs them more. Let me just use that right there. Quarter 2 versus quarter 1. I'll just use that as a barometer. Cost more for cost of revenue. Gross profits less. Then you look over here at SG&A. Their SG&A is elevated, $60 million more. Their ops expense is even more. So they're look at operating income from 540 with the same amount of revenue. They're down to 430. So they lost $100 million, just 4 quarters apart. Same numbers. Net income comes out to 314 versus what they could have done at 392. But look at this the last quarter one, they came in 321, so they're even down 2%. So that's why. That's not good. That'll show you. The gross margin, 58%, which is massive, which is a downtick from last year. 57, whatever, but it's fine. I don't want to just cherry pick the numbers like that. Let's go look at the balance sheet. Balance sheet for these guys, $1 billion. 1.3 billion. They actually lost $600 million on that. Where did that money go? 600 million's missing. What the hell, bros? That is not cool. Not cool. Inventory still carrying heavy inventory. Same amount of sales, and look at their inventory difference from 1.4 to 1.6. Wow. They have $200 million extra inventory. Not cool. Something's going on with that. We'll have to see it. So assets are going to be 7.4, which is fine. Liabilities come out. Shareholder equity 4.2, and they're sitting on around $37 book. At $37 book, you can see the number. They're worse than Five Below in value. These guys are trading crazy. Crazy. What is that? Is that 7? 7x book? 8. 8x book, basically. 7 to 8. No way. No. So that makes me know everything I want to know about them. We'll go look at the charts. Let's go ahead and look at some TA real quick before I get out of here. Once again, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Appreciate you. Let's go ahead and look. Those are my eyes on, by the way. This is a whole list called eyes on. I'm paying attention to these companies for a lot of different reasons. Crypto, look at crypto across the board, all green. Pump it up before the weekend. Have fun with it. I don't care. GameStop. GameStop's looking healthy. The Russell 2000 is pumping. VIX is all the way down. There's no volatility in the market. Everyone's just buying. Is that it? We're just going green? Okay. So, and GMEU. If I have to talk about this at any time with you guys, I better not. There are people out here talking about memes, and Roaring Kitty was telling us about GMEU. And thank you so much for the 5 free memberships there. Kid Caribou, appreciate you, man. Okay. And then Sheed guy gave us a chip. Sure. Soon to be blind guy just got smoked. Nah, he didn't, bro. You got to see the greatest. Shit had me spitting water. Oh, okay, my bad, bros. Anyway, so GMEU. Do I have to explain it again? It's a 2x long GME daily target, whatever ETF. If GameStop goes green, it goes green. If GameStop goes red, it goes red. Who cares? Like, I really don't care. Using it as a swap or a hedge to GameStop is one thing. I didn't care. It has nothing to do with my stock. My stock is my stock. And that's where I'm at. Okay? Let's talk about the daily. First, the daily. We're still within this triangle on the daily. We haven't had to redraw these lines in months or years. We're fine. We found our support. We found our resistance. But we're still on the top side of this wedge. We're going to break out of it some point in this year. Maybe this quarter we break out. We'll see how it all works out. You're in a bigger wedge. This is the bigger wedge for the rest of the year. And for 2026, you will see us have a breakout somewhere in this range right here. It'll break out of here, and we'll be gone to Never Never Land. S&P 500, here we come. So you have a year, in my guesstimation, you have a year to really hold on to this company, to accumulate as much as you can, and hopefully you guys can, be respectful to yourselves and your family, see where you're going. The things that can trigger at any time and get you out of this zone, get you out of this triangle, is going to be on the weekly. On the weekly itself, it looks like we're playing out perfect. But the monthly's getting tight, and the quarterly is ready to go. So you have multiple charts where we're ready to go. The next quarter will go flat and green, a little step up, but it's after that is when we start getting crazy. So I'm looking right around here in this quarter, which would be March of 2026, and I can see us taking off out of this zone. And because this bull pennant here, just so that we're clear, this is the quarterly report. This is how gorgeous GameStop looks, and we can compare it to other Mag 7 companies. Like, you can look at Costco. Costco doesn't have that much consolidation and that much rip left in it, right? There's nothing here on this chart that looks like GameStop. When you look at this chart here, GameStop, look at this. Look at the difference. Look at Microsoft. Microsoft's just like Costco, not like GameStop. GameStop has this consolidation chapter that's going to make it boom, boom, boom. Meta's no different. Meta's still going. Here's Google, still going. There's Amazon. There's Apple. There's Nvidia. There's nothing here that looks like GameStop. Nothing. Not even Tesla. Tesla looks like it's going to start consolidating right here. Form this bullish pennant. Find the support. Find the top side. It looks like it has the potential to get to what GameStop is. But GameStop's already at the end of this flag. We're there. We've consolidated. It's taken us 6 years to get here. 5 years to get here. 4 years to get here. But this is real. This is where the real explosion happens. Give it 4 quarters. Sit back. Watch it happen, guys, okay? Live Let's Go is always a great day to catch Marantz live. Picked up some more shares at 29.30. Always feeling good to stack more GameStop. Thank you for the awesome show, as always. Cheers to you and the 51 team. I appreciate you, effing 5. I think it says skanks. I don't even know what the hell you say. I don't know how to say your name because there's too many curse words, but I will tell you, I appreciate you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed the show today. Not much more else to go over. It's 11. I'm going to chill. Got to take my son out. Then I got to get to work. I appreciate you guys again. I love you guys. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your families. This is the last weekend here on Earth. Come Monday, come Tuesday. I know I won't be live for earnings, and I get it. People are going to be there. People are going to be pumping out their streams. Everybody's going to be pouring in the likes and subscribers, and I'm doing all this. Be careful of the channels you watch and the ideas that they support. Something like, lying to people about their positions of what they hold. I just support the company that I love, and I'm going to keep buying it. So I appreciate you guys. I'm going to hang out, play some tunes while I play League of Legends in the end. But I will tell you this, from behalf of me to you, thank you for all love and support for the channel. Thank you for being with me for 4.5 years, killing it, doing our thing. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. I'm going to see you around, millionaires. You're very close. We got this. Peace.
Every morning starts with us. Every morning starts with us. Hey! Straight. Steam on the glass, kettle starts to roll. Inbox blinking, but I'm in control. Shoes by the door, playlist tight. Not perfect, but we showed up right. We're not the noise they spin for clicks. With the crew that never quits. Up before the bell rings in. Brush it off, we go again. Hey, 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 we don't wait, we go build from the bottom. Now we show. Every morning starts with us. Loud, proud, no one hushes us. Hey, hey, feet on the ground we stay. But we move the world our way. Raise your cup, don't miss the bus. Every morning starts with us. Bagels cold, but the coffee hits. Muted screens, unmuted grid. They count us out, we mark the page. Turn the cycle, flip the stage. They frame the bet, we flip the board. Cut the static, found the chord. I still tired, but that's alright. We've got skin, we've got fight. Hey, 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 we don't wait, we go build from the bottom. Now we show. Every morning starts with us. Loud, proud, no one hushes us. Hey, hey, feet on the ground we stay. But we move the world our way. Raise your cup, don't miss the bus. Every morning starts with us. Not every win is on a chart. Not every loss can break your heart. We're the ones they couldn't prize. We show up. That's the spice. Hey, hey, we don't wait, we go build from the bottom. Now we show. Every morning starts with us. Loud, proud, no one hushes us. Hey, hey, feet on the ground we stay. But we move the world our way. Raise your cup, don't miss the bus. Every morning starts with us. Let 'em know. Every morning starts with us. Oh, hey, hey, we don't wait, we go build from the bottom. Now we show. Every morning starts with us. Loud, proud, no one hushes us. Hey, hey, feet on the ground we stay. But we move the world our way. Raise your cup, don't miss the bus. Every morning starts with us.
This is field research. These wasn't luck. This was retail catching a glimpse behind the curtain as we looked. What we saw changed everything.
What if the truth was built on sand? What if the market was just a brand? What if the data always lied and everything was pre-denied? But still we hold and still we try. With every share we testify. They tried to hide the cards we played, but history remembers who stayed. It's not the hedge fund, it's the gods again. The faceless few with hidden chains. But we're the glitch, we're the breach. The voices rising out of reach. We hold the line, we hold the line. We fight for fairness, not the hide behind the curtain. We now see that we were never ordinary. They thought we'd leave, thought we'd break, but we became the market. They couldn't fake.
Initiating combat. Time to introduce myself. Time to introduce myself. Our deeds shape the future.
They told us it was random, that we misunderstood, but we've seen their names and we know what they've done.
They paused the trades and played it smooth while Vlad Tene